joining us. Well, like this last Saturday, we were actually at the Dome with 1,000 plus youth listening to the Family Table Talk together with the Youth Stand-Up program. So we are glad to be back here at the studio. Quite a challenge this morning, running around right to the last minute. Some of our people still not ready to start the year. And I believe that's part of the Family Table Talk as well, on psyching yourself up that the new year has come. New mind has to begin if you want to achieve greater things for the upcoming 2023. So we would like to say thank you for joining us and say welcome to those of you. Maybe you're still lazy to stand up and do the normal things. It's one of those days in the holidays that we don't have anything going, quite a break from work, a break from school, like us at home. Nearly every morning I have to, remind my grandchildren, okay, it's getting on to be 8 o'clock, getting on to be 9 o'clock, because it's minus the usual 6 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning wake up. And it may be so to most households this morning in Fiji, as well as all over the world. So we would like to welcome you back into this program from here at the studio in Toorak in Suva.
Pamula tukani na matakan sini ko weekend na turangan na marama darbo na manelewa and sana tini ka bani no ndwanwa tiga buti ko mai natu idake ko tukani panu lebu ka drop en boki madwata ni mula minaka en matakan sini de we korbo gabiti au klani matakan tukani ba ruai da lebu na ngona da taura toka na ngona no da en matakan ni singa ba ruai ba ngo ye so weekend sa lista mani titi anda mai ngunci sangke mai tuena kor ena siga bagarua ya kero sama kan bula tugani ena siga binangani kwa kan bula tugani ena sara batura ora patakemba nanu nga patakina mosa seru patakina mosi ni tasiri tailebu patakera lo mai biti patakika dau sama kan bula tugani matakani siga ndai tugna tugaradin na pangona mado sawati bula tugana songo nono na songo nei tamangone na youth symposium ena Vodafone Arena, ki mamsa matalau ena leu ni ngu ena energy e tubeira. Teka muna matakalilay, on nakalokor sa ating mutuseni, ngayon daw sa ranambong meron kay leu stali. Siya kanina karawan na energy e tubeira. Kamambali, nasa binabinaka, ena nakinimbula ratiko kina, sa kay mo nga minda tubo-tubo toka, patamotera lamotaka, na buno mera pakakataki kina, na kau ase na kila kai tuira kero reda ni oti na bana singa dona kano na talitaka au kila ni na mado maingo na lago tukani wala na kolong na mataka wala kina diwa matala kina rua kina aba so na programu ena tumigiti mai na pagtutomi na mado sauti ena non rangon na youth symposium pagando tali pagambula tukani ena mataka ni singa dindai weekend tu bono ni daka we korban la so ni mbula binaka andro binaka ni simina ni kwa happy new year ena simina ni kwa ni taka ni babaro tu na nonda tostelani sokovia ni na wasa ni rona undolu rosa bulgatolu au kilani sabi so na buli sa tol na temgo kembali sa ke temu sarti ko na kabitu se kor ni february na buli kembali to na ngona balamu na tu pati kira nonda ngone waro te bo binaka ni buli waro te bo binaka uniform berni ratiga butal tiko en mateni mado ni bulogo february pagando tale kero sabe kinda bagitu kani non tangauna ni baka madawa en singa baka ruai be mama ni biton mataka family table talk.
Well, most of us are now after the Christmas and New Year service, and the New Year has come and gone, and now we are embarking onto 2023, and most are now right to the basic finances that they have, and start to think of preparing for their children. And you are in one of those moments that, okay, what can I do, or how do I handle this, and moving forward. And it seems to be like the same story every year, and the same situation that you face with every time that you come past New Year. And maybe this is the moment for you to remember, because it can help you plan your 2024 well, or plan your 2023 on how you manage your life in a better way that is a little bit better than now. If you're right down to your last cent and there's nothing saved and there is no backup service or there is no backup finances that you have to look after your food or look after your rent or look after anything that you need at home before your next pay is due, then it's just a little reminder that you can do better, or you can check on what area that you need to improve on, just so that you are in a better position come this day for the following year. And for 2022, like what we said, we've been sharing quite a fair bit on finances, and we've shared almost of the things that we can think of sharing, from your finances, from your family time, your relationship as husband and wife, your responsibility as a wife, your responsibility as a husband, responsibility as a father, your responsibility as a mother, your responsibility that makes your family work, and your responsibility that you support your family in terms of your income or finances that you bring into the house, or the little work that you do maybe in the farm, or selling the little produce that you have at home, or the little things that you go out of your way to do to support your family, or to keep your family afloat. And those are the little duties of our life that sometimes when you don't do it, or when you drop the ball, it doesn't help the family. And not only that, it creates differences in the house, it creates a lot of tension, it creates unnecessary arguments, unnecessary fights, or disagreement. And sometimes if we're not careful, it can really lead to separation. And those are the little things that we thought that it's not really important, but it is important. It can be very little to us, or to some of us, but it can be so huge to our partners. And those are the little things that we were talking about over the year when this program started. And also our planning. Most of the time we live our life just coming in and take one day at a time and live it the way as it comes. And you don't plan. You don't even plan your day. You don't plan the week. You don't plan the month. You don't plan the year. So there's no planning. And you live your life with no plan at all. Just taking things as they are, with no accountability, no responsibility. And most so, some of us are living in an extended family. There's a lot of us in one place. So the element of being responsible, accountable, is lesser than you being in a nuclear family, because without you giving or doing what you need to do, then your family doesn't work, because your number count, or your presence count, or your responsibility count. But when it's an extended family, if you don't get it, somebody else will get it. If you don't go to the farm today, somebody else will go to the farm. If you're not going to be cooking, somebody else will cook. So it's an extended family. And the onus or the responsibility is a little bit more lesser, and that feeling of being accountable, either it's not there or very less. And that is why, like most of us, and the bullet to bakalelebu, ningonan da beto wala metatiguni kinano da matumali. And don't want to believe that non da be babuli vitale men da matua men da roni rede non da matumali. But it's a matter to be that non bulla bakravi in dotale da kamati ko in donka. And the lelebu in dotale da kam. Ke baka kusila ko yi titiboka and do that titiboka ke kusini vasang. And don't you know many wale and vasang. But the can the lele we second in do tabi me baka and biba ka tabakin di week, okay, bakay ko sa ganito ka ba, and sa ganito ka na matubali, kama na kiba kayo doon na tama doon na tina, rondelero ng wala. Kaya doon may rongo sa dito ka ba na non-retam sa sinibasang ko na, rito sinika na matubali. Yan na matubali lele, bukat na sa extended family. Kaya doon ay baluto man ng polo, sa ganito lorili, bumala kaya doon tali na ronida ka ba, doon tali na ka. Kaya ni wana da bibi may kina na sususiya sa matubali lele bumaya. So we can huli binakasara baka matua binaka more matured because they become the responsible one in their extended family. So instead of just looking after their children, they look after their aunties, their uncle, their sisters, their brothers, their everybody, and their responsibility or the accountability that they had in this extended family is very high. So when they come out, they have no problems because when they start their family, they were looking after many, but they come and look after few. So the responsibility and the accountability, they already have tested it, and they know what it is, and they know they know what to do. And for those who do not do anything or being part of the number, but you're not responsible, when you come and start a family, you struggle. There's always an element of disagreement, or an element of differences between you and your wife, or you and your husband, because casual tunga na bole, bangon mo ne tunga na bole, malatino ko sa ni ator na tabi, say na vingarabi, And those are the different scenarios in different lives, in different families. No one is perfect, not even one, not us. We're not perfect. We have our shortfalls and we have our flaws. And but the amazing part about it is when you realize that you have your weakness and you learn from it. Don't ever act like you are good. You don't need to be taught, or I am good, my family is good. Because every family, they deserve to be happy. Every family, I believe in every family, even right up to your grandchildren or your children, they have a role to play. And in every family, everybody has a role to play. And we believe, like, the happiness that comes or stems out from the family helps our children when they go to school. I help you when you go to work, because that trust and that bond, it goes a long way. It brings you home, back home safely. It makes you look forward to come back home, because you know you have a happy family, you have a responsibility at home. It doesn't take you away from home, or you don't want to go home. You only want to hang out with your friends, socializing from Monday right down to Sunday. So those are the little things that we usually talk about in the family table talk and planning. And now, like what Ngatselewe has just mentioned, school will not start until the first week of Feb. And I mean, that's another extra week for us to prepare for our children. And some of us may have already prepared your children when you're doing your Christmas shopping. And some haven't even started and waiting for your next pay. And most of us, our next payroll may be on the 13th or maybe on the 16th, on the second week of January, next week, or on the last week of January, depending. So depending on the finances is where you are sitting at and where you are standing. And yeah, those are the things that we talk about generally, that we would like to wrap up and sum up in case we have left a few stones, unturned, before we embark on the 2023 on the same thing again from last year, on how you can plan it out well, write down your plan, discuss your plan. Sometimes it can be discouraging because you can be discussing with somebody who cannot see what you see, or work the way you do, or think the way you think. And I know sometimes it can be very frustrating, but don't give up. If your partner is not willing or cannot see what you see, or cannot see the importance of what you're doing, do it yourself and write your book and write it out yourself. Maybe one day he will come around, or one day she will come around and understand. Or when she come one day and she said, oh, what happened here? Oh, this is nice. And then you'll tell her or tell him slowly, that's what I was telling you, or that's what I was writing down. And it's amazing on when you can achieve it. Or there may be some pending renovations, you still have it in your house, or cleaning up your compound, or fencing your compound, or buying a water tank because you always have problems with water in your area. So there's a lot of things. So apart from your family, apart from planning your life individually on how you can better that, and your relationship, and your family with your children, the running of it, and your workplace, and your community obligation, like in terms of church, or if you live in the village, sekutiko bakor, sekutiko dinitiko settlement, nganreva na nomu vitoko di kena na nomulinga ni bibuke and bulabaka tiko. And apart from all that, then you will still have to think of ways on how you can plan your year better while having your current normal operating to have your life going. Then you will need to plan on the side on how you can better your version, better your system, better your family, better your saving, and better the managing of your little things that you have with you running and also with you saving. Yeah.
When we look back at 2022, we can only do better, we can only improve if our attitude is right and positive about it. Yeah? Because we can all learn from our mistakes. As we normally share, there's no couple, there's no individual that is 100%. We have flaws, we have downfall. So when we have a right attitude, then we can correct what we supposed to correct, and we can amend what we supposed to amend.
Yeah.
And also look forward to a better year. We can focus on a good year. Not relying on our resources, not relying on what we already have, but we are relying on what we can do, what we can achieve. We are relying on our hard work and our diligence. And I believe that things can come to pass when our attitude is right. Sometimes when we go through experience and things does not go well with what we plan out, like for 2022, we end with the 2022, and most of the things that you plan does not come to pass. That's where your positive attitude comes in. Then you will be looking forward to better this time.
Yeah.
You are looking forward to amend, you are looking forward to learn, and you are looking forward to listen. You are looking forward to correct. And you are looking forward for a better year, for a good year to come. And that is where the good attitude play a vital role in our achieving come 2023. Let 2022, you learn from what you can learn, the mistakes or the shortfall that you go through, but look forward to 2023 for amendments and good planning, especially we are starting, we are right on the first week of the first month.
Yeah.
So this is a good time to plan well, discuss as husband and wife or as a family, depending on the projects. If you have your own projects or family projects,
Yeah.
or you have some projects as a husband and wife, and this is the time. The shortfall that you went through last year, some corrective measures
Yeah.
that can be done. And I believe this is the time to sit together. The whole year of the whole month of January is a good time to sit and to plan. Because if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail.
Yeah.
So writing down your list and writing down what you're supposed to do, your long term, your short term, and your immediate. Some things you need, like the planning. We need to do it now. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. No, that's immediate. You plan your planning. And if not, you'll leave it for next week, and then very soon we are back to March. And in March, 1/4 of the year
It's gone.
already gone. And the diary,
Yeah.
your books, and this is the time. We are still on the first week of
Yeah, I think it's
January.
time for you to get your diary. There's journals. They usually sell journal. I like journals better than the diary. Diary helps me to know where I'm going each day or what I need to do or certain time of appointment. But I love journal because it gives me room to write anything. So it can be my prayer journal, the things that I ask God on my current short term and long term. So you can divide your books accordingly. Or you write the things that only you need to see. I usually write the ones that really I need that kind of reminder in red pen on the cover. So when I open, it takes me right there other than flipping the page to read. So I designed the book the way that I write in my book to help me to know what are my priorities, what are things that I'm waiting on, things that I need to be reminded often, or things that I can find time to maybe every now and then to look through later. So get a journal for you. I have a friend. She says that every night I always find time to write my journal to God. Well, she writes in her journal, and she said, I write my joys, I write my complaint, I write my everything in my journal. So a journal can serve in so many ways. It can be your planning, to write down and pen down your plan, or it can be your letter to yourself or to God, or just you spilling out. Because the diary has got here tag onto it. That's the way I look at it. If I'm writing on my diary now, come next year, say like now, if I'm looking at my bookcase or my bookshelves, and I still have a few diary of 2022, and I pick up the diary, yesterday I took out a diary, I only have written about 2 or 3 pages, and I say to myself, okay, 2022, like if I'm now in 2023, and if I'm looking at 2023, 2022, it looks expired, which means I will not be picking that book in years to come. And that is why I switched to the journal when it comes to writing that I need to carry forward with me. Because journal, I have quite a few books in my stock that I've written over the years, and every now and then I pick it up again. And it's amazing. Sometimes when I pick it up, I said, oh, I had this book way back in 2005, and it can be my Bible verses, it can be my scribblings, it can be anything. But I reread it. I may have written it in 2005, but when I read it in 2022 or 2023, it gives a totally different meaning altogether. to think that at that time in that year I was thinking that, and now I'm reading. So that is why I love the journals.
Like it's current all the time.
Yeah, it's current all the time.
All the time.
And it doesn't have to be like the one that I'm holding. This is like, because we were in America, I picked it up from Ross at about $2. So for those of you overseas, like you have no problem. You have the $2 shop, you have the Dollar Tree, you have the 99ers, you have the Poundland, you have Ross, you have a lot of shops that you can easily get this kind of books. But for Fiji, it's quite a luxury. If you have to get books like this from one of the bookshop, it's a good spend of about $5 to $10. And but it's worth the investment though. And when you write and you take the book with you, and like what I said, I've kept books over the years. And every now and then I pick it up, and I'm always inspired by my own writing years back. And maybe if you haven't tried it, try this year. Try for 2023. Pick up a book. If you cannot find a book like this, just get a normal book and make it your journal. There's quite some nice books down at Suva Bookshop. They have some nice one too. It's Sky Glory here for those of you who live in Suva, in Cumming Street, I think. That's where Sky Glory is. And even at the Post Fiji, they have some books. Like what I said, the diary, it's good to manage your year or help you with your reminders on the payments due
meetings,
or meetings and timing. But when it comes to your scribbling, your planning, and your writing, and your journaling, and your complaining, and your nagging, and your jawing, and whatever, then you will need a journal. And like what I said, it works. It really, really works. And then I have big books like this. This I pick it up for $1 from the Dollar Tree, and I like it. It's written here, CEO of My Own Destiny. So there are a lot of books like this, and it's like $1.99. In Fiji, we have this as well. We have the big one with the dividers here. It's a bookshop. It goes for about $5, $6. So, do things or create things to make you plan well. I will emphasize again, we've spoken to our youth when we had the youth symposium, and I would like to emphasize that again. It's always nice to write and plan. You need to plan, and you need to write them down. Maybe you say, oh, I already planned, it's in my mind, I already know it. You need to put it down in writing. You need to actually write it out to say, this is what I'm writing for you to say, okay, I need this, I need that. This is a month. I would like it. Just write anything. Whatever comes in your mind, continue to write. And after you write all, and then you get your journal and you transfer, and then you look through all that you have written and said, okay, this belongs to now. This is like for my midterm. This is like for my long term. And this is like, I can do something about this thing. Then you try to reshuffle them. And once you do that, then you relook at yourself and you tell yourself, well, after 2022, I've managed to do this. Like I was challenging the youth. Raise your hand, like on this program, last Saturday. Yeah. We were we were actually sharing a little bit on finances. And I was challenging them, like how many of you have managed to save a little bit money for the year? And it's amazing. Quite a few number of hands raised their hands to say that they've managed more than hundreds. For me, they are youth. And if they manage to save the kind of money from their spending or the little money that they receive, that's inspiring. And it's a great start. And I was trying to guide them, to lead them, to tell them that, when you save this money, if you've been given your spending or little money, don't just run and buy fish and chips or rush to buy the normal things that everybody else does, Save it up. And if you're going to get your passport, don't wait until you work and then you're being told, okay, you will be flying to somewhere. Then you go out of your way to go and get your passport. And that is one thing that we are trying to remind our youths to have it as like something to achieve. And you can achieve that even when you're still in school. For our children who are still in school. There is the driving license and the passport. And the passport is about $72 or $79 to the most. And the driving license, depending, we have driving schools. They do hourly rate, or some do a package. And I was telling them, when you do your saving, and as you come of age, that saving you can discuss with your parents in your account, that you can achieve your passport, you can achieve your driving license way before you leave school.
Yeah.
And by the time you leave school, the things that you can only get when you start work, you already have it with you. And when you're looking for a job, you already have the two with you. And I mean, it becomes an added bonus
Yeah.
to you. It helps you.
In most of our work areas, will be written there. Driving license
Yeah.
is an advantage, and when we pen it down, then we'll go for it. If not, because our mindset says
Not
when
until you have a car.
you have a car,
Then
then
you look for the driving
look
license.
for the driving
Yeah.
license.
Or if
When
you're
you travel
traveling,
overseas,
yeah,
then you look for
for a
passport.
passport.
But if you plan ahead, like 16 years, 17 years of age, that you should achieve what you're supposed to achieve.
Yeah.
And I believe, for Itoke, yeah,
Yes.
we don't discuss those kind of
Yeah.
things. Driving license and passport
Passport.
is something that, like, it's beyond our thinking. And because
Yeah,
we,
I believe we don't really think it out for our children, because even us ourselves, you know, as we come, I mean, we've gone past the system. We've, just say, years back, we were working for the airline, you know, decades. And for people who are already working in the airline, they are being paid by the airline, the concession is to travel. You have your concession to take your family with you, to go for holiday. I mean, that's your, it's given by the airline.
your
Your
entitlement.
entitlement, but yet you don't do your passport, you don't travel. And it's amazing because some of them even retire without even traveling or to take their family with them, but yet it's there given. So because you don't do it or think that it's important to do it, or you're looking and you know you're just giving up because it's so $72, man, that's a lot of money. Okay, pay tax for your fare, you know, FOC ticket. How much? 100 plus. Oh, that's a lot of money. Because I remember I do staff travel ticketing for a very long time, for years. And I can have a staff travel rebate form sitting on my tray for years. Because people fill it up, they come and ask for the cost. I'll work out the tickets and I'll give them the cost. And you don't see them after a very long time, because it's like, to them, well, that's a lot of money. But that a lot of money, if you write it down, you can achieve it, because you push yourself to achieve it. It's a concession given to you because you are an employee. So what I'm trying to say, like, if you're already given the opportunity to, but you don't do it, the thought of thinking it out for your children who are still in school is beyond you.
Just for example, see, if we live in Nandi,
Yeah.
and we come to Suva, even the rebate travel is on domestic. Yeah? And when
Yeah.
we calculate the domestic, when you like the 10%, you just pay 10%.
Yeah.
Your travel to Suva, like